Well, welcome everybody to our online program on addiction and recovery from the Sunshine Coast Health Center up here in Powell River, BC. And we've been talking about suffering. And one issue that seems to arise in the addiction field, and probably in a lot of places in life, is the fear of future suffering. The fear that there's going to be something that I'm doing right now that's going to cause me this great suffering in the future, and how to deal with that. So there's a couple of things here. The first thing is to remember this idea that suffering is natural and expected for human beings. In other words, the approach is not to eliminate suffering. Living the good life is not a matter of getting rid of suffering. Living the good life is a matter of transcending suffering, to rise above the suffering, because really the suffering is always going to be there. So how do you rise above suffering? So give you some examples here from the addiction field. Is we have clients, for example, who are very afraid of detoxing because they know this is going to involve pain. And they're forever looking for drugs to soften the detox. And we have clients, for example, who are very much afraid of cravings, and they think, "Oh my, geez, when if I get a really bad craving, like in a month from now, geez, I don't know whether I'll be able to deal with it, right? I think I could relapse because of this craving." So these are fears that now that I'm in recovery, I'm doing this thing. This is going to lead to some suffering in the future. So how do you deal with that? So the first thing is this idea of acceptance that this is actually part of what it means to get in recovery. I mean, everyone that I've ever known who's recovered from addiction has gone through cravings. They've gone through withdrawal. So there's an acceptance of that. But the most important thing, the most important way of dealing with that is to understand the meaning of it. Like, what is the purpose of this suffering? So if someone's going through cravings, we often tell them, this is actually a good thing. It's actually a sign that you're getting healthy, because everybody goes through cravings. Or if someone is about to start a detoxification from heroin or something, and they will, their joints will hurt and they won't feel very good and they won't be sleeping very well. But this is actually a sign of getting healthy. And it's this idea of remembering the purpose of all this. Why are you going through this suffering? Why are you going through this pain? Because there is a purpose to it. Because in the case of our clients, they want a better life. So this is necessary to go through this suffering in order to get a better life. So it's sort of like the idea of, I don't like going to the dentist and getting a root canal, but the goal of this is so I'll get rid of this chronic pain in my tooth. Or I may not like going to the hospital and having an operation because it's going to be painful afterwards, but there's a reason for it. There's a purpose to it. So this is really the key piece. It's not that the suffering is going to go away or that we're going to avoid it. It's that we're going to rise above it by remembering that there's a purpose to this. There's a meaning to it, and to use that then as the focus for the future. Anyway, that's a little clue to dealing with suffering in the future. And we'll be back next time with the final topic on our suffering series.